What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Ad Podcast. We are here at the Reddit Deli in the middle of the Palais. We've been transformed to a French bakery deli to get some lunch and showcase some really cool products. So this is an awesome activation. I think this is released, 3 years in or 2 years in?
We've been here a few years.
Yeah,
We do a different activation every year, and
Just gets a lot bigger. I've seen it the last couple of years.
yeah.
So Jim Squires is the CMO of Reddit. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're up to and what you guys have had going on this week? How's it been?
Sure, it's been great. We're here connecting with partners and helping businesses and people just find and attract communities on Reddit that are across every single category that you can have.
I love it. So tell us a little bit about the advertising opportunities on Reddit. I think it's definitely part of the conversation now as far as like if you think about walled gardens, you guys are kind of considered in that ecosystem of, biddable media, so to speak. So
Yeah.
what types of advertisers are the most successful on Reddit, and how do they do creative that is unique to the channel and speaks to people the way they experience different communities?
Well, it is a full funnel ads solution. So it started actually more in the branding space earlier on, and now the majority of the business is actually in lower funnel.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it's really shifted. If you take a step back and think about areas everywhere,
Yeah.
in all the conversations that I'm having this
Yeah,
week,
and you guys are an important source of data for AI now, maybe a leading source of data.
well, it's the number one cited source in the LLMs.
Wow.
But I think the more interesting conversation is the countertones, which is that people are craving more than ever human connection, real people, real conversations.
Yeah.
And so that is where other than going online, are the most human place on the internet. And so we think about the advertising opportunities, about how do you show up in a place where people are actively considering their purchase decision and talking about those decisions. And so with our tools, you're able to get into the right communities at the right moments and the right conversations that may be relevant for your specific brand and creative.
Yeah, I love it. It's kind of the authentic version of product reviews, right? Because it's like, yeah, you can go to a e-commerce platform, or you could go to somebody's site and you can see all the 5-star reviews that they show, but if you want to see what real people are saying about real products, and even experts, people keep teaching each other how to use products, how to install them, how to make them, what's good, what's bad. It's more of an authentic place to do product research.
Hey, we have endless information now and very little price.
Yeah.
And so it's everything from AI generated content, saturating everything, perfectly curated feeds on social media. And so that's why it's become more important to actually figure out what are real people, and you can be anonymous on Reddit. People are actually sharing what they really think.
Yeah.
You're not posting content for like, you're posting content to actually help people, and you don't incentive to do that. So you get the real perspective.
And how does it help from the crowdsourcing mechanism where people upvote and downvote things? So, the best content rises to the top, so to speak.
Yeah.
Does that have an impact on how the ad experience decides where to put ads and when to essentially evangelize on behalf of your advertisers? If it kind of trying to surround itself with those most popular posts, those most relevant feeds?
People in signal from all views, and Reddit is the counter trend to AI, but to your point, it's also powering AI.
Yeah.
We use AI, machine learning to help businesses achieve value on the platform. So you've taken all those signals. Reddit works different than social media because every piece of content starts at zero.
Yeah.
And then it gets uploaded or down there from there. Whereas on social media, you've got a bunch of followers.
Yeah,
and
algorithm
versus
versus human. They're both algorithms, but one is based on. I suppose you could say that some of the other walled gardens, a like, a comment, or a share, or a save is a type of engagement that's in that piece of content should be shown to more people, but it's definitely a different way of machine.
And a different way of human distribution. So on social media, it's the F's: friends, family, followers, famous people. On Reddit, it's the opposite. It's communities. It's many voices versus one polished curated voice that's don't trust. They trust me. People sharing both positive and negative critique of what's happening. There's a amazing campaign, the Dove campaign right now. Is the real campaign is the /EAL, which was creative. Up for many awards here in MIs. But what they did was they took the first 50 comments, positive or negative, and they brought that into their marketing. Really,
Yeah, I love that.
confident approach because they're showing that there's always critique, we're okay with that. And they gave all the positive comments of people supporting it way more weight and way more credibility than if they hadn't been able to embrace both for positive and negative.
Well, and the negative content sometimes become like a meme in their own right, you know, because I think about like, I don't know if you ever saw the campaign where the national parks took their worst reviews they could find on the internet and then like put it into ad units. It just became really funny. Like it was like Grand Canyon, nice hole in the ground, you know, stuff like that. And it became like very humorous to me, like, you know, to like kind of poke fun at the idea of like, oh, you know, we're not for everybody, but you know, so
Yeah, that's good. I love it.
yeah, I know a few years ago, data and, you know, actually monetizing your data and APIs became like a really important discussion for the industry. Not only do you guys power LLMs, but you power a lot of other businesses that have access to rich data to train their own proprietary models to help them mature machine learning, other types of applications. How important is your data business then as you continue to grow?
I think of it as secondary in our business. That's definitely important. It's really focused around a few large relationships, and it is important to models. Models have no lived experience, they have no creativity, they don't exist without humans. And so it's important that's why we do those relationships. But the focus is very much on Reddit experience, not what's happening away from Reddit.
So you guys aren't getting into the DSP thing where you want to like, you know, show basically extend your campaigns. I'm sorry, I'm understanding. You get enough to deal with inside your core.
Never say never. Yeah. The focus is really around fostering those communities for people, exposing and getting more people into the community that they're going to be interested in really quickly. That's on the consumer side. And on the business side, it's helping businesses show up in the right conversations, in the right communities. And if you think about, there's 100,000 plus communities, billions of conversations. Our product, community intelligence, is the way that we allow business to harness the billions of conversations into something they can actually use. And so we provide those tools so that businesses can not have to hand but can go, you know, closing out the needs are relevant, all those companies are relevant.
That's awesome. So that's essentially a tool that can surface the best community space on ingesting a brief or that.
So community intelligence is the layer for all of our products. So it powers our insights. So Reddit is the greatest focus group that has ever existed. And so for businesses to be able to get insights about what's going on, hey, what people say about my competitor, what people say about this category and the trends we have in the category, that then informs the work that we'll do in strategy on Reddit, but also off Reddit. It's really interesting insights that you get. And so community intelligence powers the insights. Then community intelligence powers with creative that will resonate and make sense. It powers the ad system with just Reddit apps. Reddit apps allows you to tailor creative, set up campaigns in a really easy fashion, and then have those deployed to achieve.
What types of ads perform the best on Reddit? You know, I've seen like a lot of ads that look very native to Reddit, you know, memes. You know, probably is it a great place to put your hero video from your campaign, or do you really need to think about the channel and create proprietary?
I think it's all the above.
Yeah.
And it really is, no matter what you're doing, I still always advise to be true to your brand. So if you are really call a friend and also be trying to be funny and memey, it actually is authentic to you. So you don't have to show up as who you are, that you're a person or you're a brand platform. But they're the big award-winning innovative, unbelievable campaigns like those, which are really inspirational and lead the way. And then there are the majority of campaigns on the platform, which are truly workhorse campaigns. Liquid IV did a great campaign. They're using our shopping ads, so very local, to move product and just drive conversions on the platform. It's a beautiful, wonderful creative, but you can actually take creative that you're using elsewhere, bring it into the platform, and then with our tools, you can make adjustments creatively if you want to, or you can run it and we'll match it into places that are. So people ideally want to, whatever they're talking about or the community they're in, and we help with this, want to see something that's going to be relevant to that conversation, but doesn't have to be overly reworked or overly worked.
As a CMO of Reddit, what types of campaigns are you doing? What types of channels are you in to draw more users on that?
Yeah. We run across the board with on Reddit, on other platforms, out of home, a little bit over years we get into visual video, but the big focus is around exposing the mainstream categories that we know so many people are interested in, and there's already thriving communities that are beauty. So that's beauty, sports, soccer, World Cup, TV. Those are massive categories with all these communities, and they're vibrant. But there's millions of other people that we know are being seen that content. So you'll see our marketing that will highlight and showcase the people on the platform and the amazing conversations in specific categories, whether it's parenting or adult wellness or self-care, etc.
Are you guys kind of listening for trending moments? Obviously, you guys had a massive one on the Wall Street Bets thing a few years ago where it was like Reddit became like a household name globally because of this phenomenon that happened in the platform. Are you guys looking for kind of moments of virality or in communities where you can kind of come and pour gasoline on it and grow those moments?
We watch it. I mean, I think that is a great example, and some of them really bubble up. But it's a great example of just the types of things that messy tension, human things that happen on the platform. And so we have our own channels, and so if something that's really interesting or popping, or we want to sway it, we'll bring that out there. But I always want to intersect it with what is that interest, or what is that thing that's might grab people, and then we always try and make sure in our marketing to then land people into an experience on the buyer side that is relevant. So you see a parenting related content, piece of content in an ad, and then you come through into the Reddit experience. We'll drop you into a really parenting experience to deliver on what we learned from this scale. Right.
All right, so what have you been up to at Cannes this week, other than this amazing activation here? Anything that was a highlight from your thought leadership agenda, being out and about and getting the name of Reddit in front of them?
We're spending lots of time with our partners, lots of time speaking with folks across the industry like yourself. Yeah, it's been really good. It is the thing or one of the things that's really resonated with people is what I was saying up before, this counter trend to not just AI, but also to the point of like creative needs and people just really seeking human connection. Is it's something that's really bubbling up. We think about last year, Merriam's word of the year was slop, and Oscar's word of the year was racing. It's like really shows the state of the internet and really supports this idea of people want something more.
Unity, it's like my kids, like when they see AI stuff, they like use this for joy. That's still
right.
Well, Jim, thanks for spending a little bit of time with us in the audience. If people at home want to connect with you or learn more about all the amazing app products and opportunities to get involved with, pulling brand dollars and smart brand, where would you like to say?
Check us out at Reddit for Business across all the channels, and we'd love to connect with you.
Awesome. Thanks for your time. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
On YouTube, finding the right audience to build a media plan requires hours of research. And optimizing campaigns is time-consuming and a bit of a guessing game. That's why we built technology to do it for you. Strike Social.